enough of that silliness. Let's get on to some books, huh? You guys aren't here to watch me promote some soda can. Some old yellow mellow thing brand, man. So, with that being said, this should be it for the San Jose Wizard World Comic Con. I just left these movies in the background. Again, picked them up. Yeah, I did see this one. That's right. I did see this one in the theater. Unfortunately, I didn't make it around to this guy, but I decided just to pick it up. I figured it's going to be cool. Paul Walker will be greatly missed, in my opinion. I do like the Fast and Furious franchise. Obviously, Tokyo Drift isn't a favorite, and I'm not going to get into too much of that stuff. But again, Paul Walker, I thought he was a cool actor, man, and he was in the line to be the next Steve McQueen, in my opinion. I thought, this guy, Steve McQueen, man, especially if they ever remade the Bullet movie. Okay, but into books. At the convention, I hooked up with my buddy on Sunday. He dropped off some books to me that I sent out with him to get some signatures and get handled. And so those books came back. Whoa, excuse me. Whoa. Mellow yellow, man. That's so mellow. That's like if we're drinking old school soda. So with this book, I was a little bummed about this one, but then again, I didn't spend too much on it. And yeah, you can see, you find out there's more issues with it when you don't really. I don't study every single book I tend to send out and get graded. But was it the Astonishing Ant-Man issue 47? Scott Lang becomes Ant-Man. Got it signed. It's kind of tough. It's in black by Bob Layton. And let me put the other one up there. And then I'll pan back for the grade. Again, that one I was like, you always hope for high grades, but I'll show you. It's a decent one. And then Ant-Man, issue 48. It's a Yellow Jacket appearance. Again, signed by Bob Layton. That one's, I'm sure, obviously easier to see. When you send the books off, I send the comic books out, to get signed and every whatnot. And I could ask for certain colors, but black, you're usually going to end up with black. So the idea to have in mind is when you send books off to get signed, that you're not personally getting signed. And no, it's always going to 90%, like almost 100% of the time, it's going to be black. So keep that in mind wherever you want an autograph, because it may or may not show up as well. Whereas obviously, if you go personally and you got colors, you can ask the artist to sign in color. So let me see if I can pan this back. So you'll see the grades are a little low on that one. Yeah, it came back a 5.0, so I was a little bummed, but overall, it's cool, man. I can't complain. And the other one being an 8.5 is pretty good considering the cover and the colors and stuff. So, but black's tougher to get in high grades, so that would be that. And let me see if I can just pan back so I won't have to move the camera so much. Sorry for the shakiness. Oh, come on. There we go. Sort of. Let's see. Okay, that's better. Let's try natural light. Actually, that's not good. That's not natural. What am I? That's a little better. Right on. Okay, so these two books, I was really stoked to get them back. Grades, I'm like, eh. Of course, I'm a little bummed, but overall, I didn't spend too much on the books, and I didn't get any Stan Lees on them. So, but they're still great books to have. I'm not going to necessarily go chasing after a higher grade of this. If I happen to stumble across a loose copy that looks really nice, price is really low, maybe I'll snag one. But other than that, I'm not chasing after a higher grade. It's all good. This one kind of knocked my socks off a little bit because this was a book I was concerned about when I sent it out. And I showed it in a vid, like one of my earlier vids when I picked this book up. Was it last year? So for this one, I'll take these Ant-Mans at that low grade any day, really, compared to this, because this is the one I was really kind of concerned with. The Uncanny X-Men issue number 94 coming back a 6.0. I'm blown away. The condition of that book, because mid grades for me, judging mid grade comics are still tricky, and I'm really gonna, and hopefully I'm learning. I'm learning as this process goes, and as I submit books and really kind of try to look at books more. I'm getting a little closer to honing in on my skills as far as grading, but still mid grades definitely get tricky. This book I was like, man, ultimately I was hoping it wouldn't dip below 4. You know, I was like, if it goes below 4, man, that's just brutal. And but I was hoping for a 5. I thought between a 4 and a 5 on this one. You know, 4 or 5, I'd have been like, 4 or 5 is cool. 5 is where I thought it was kind of at. So I thought if I got a 5, that's cool. Ultimately, cool again. But for it to be a 6, I mean, I was like, holy crap. Sorry about that. So I get that in there. Signed by Stan Lee and Len Wein. I got the unibrow. That was kind of a bummer, man. Len Wein. I mean, I had this whole area, you know, windowed off, but I guess Stan Lee signed so big. Len Wein still signed small. Len Wein could have been like right there, but I guess he didn't want to maybe blend in with Stan. Len Wein, of course, could have signed right through here. It's not the worst I've got, but it's kind of funny. I'll take it as a humor, and it's okay. It's Len Wein unibrow, so that's pretty sweet. I may crack this open and get Chris Claremont. It's worth a Chris Claremont right through this area in a color or something. So, especially at a 6.0, I'm not too worried about it. I'm cracking that open. But yeah, the condition of it, man, it just blew me away because it's got the miswrap. And I know they don't ding it too much on miswraps, but it's not an even miswrap. Then, you know, there's color breaks. That's an issue right up in there. But I guess because of all of that, and the back cover is pretty decent. It's not too many problems on the back. So, I guess because of that, got itself a nice 6. So, really, really stoked with that. I mean, that's the one where the value's at. I'd rather have that be a 6. With my yammering on? Okay, cool. And the next book, this one wasn't such a surprise. Again, this one I was hoping for like I was hoping for a 9.4. I was hoping for a 9.4, but it came back a 9.2. I knew it had some problems just before I sent it out. It has like right above here. It's really, you know, again, black cover, man. Tough. Hard. I mean, you get a 9.8 black. That's, oof. They're tougher than white covers, I guess. I would say they are, or they're about the same. Just two different spectrums. But I had a little zinger right above the 4. It's so minor, but it does break color. It's so hard to tell unless you're really up on the book. But there's a little break in the color up there, and oh, now you could probably see it, maybe. Sorry, that's my alarm saying I gotta get to work here. That's how my vids roll. Yeah, so there's a lot of glare. Actually, you can see it kind of right there on the backside in the white. It's like a little divot or something. And there's all the 3 different covers. I've got them. This is just the only one I have, you know, encapsulated with signatures. But this is awesome. And this one's another funny one. My buddy says, you know, I got the Len Wein unibrow, as my buddy pointed out. And then I got the Delgado tramp stamp. So that's pretty sweet. Stan Lee, you know, again, see they sign in black. Stan Lee looks cool. Ramos is pretty wild right through there with the way he signs, and it's in black. The Campbell's really, okay, there you go. You can kind of see the Campbell. Campbell's tough, but Campbell's right through here in silver. So I requested, I said, you know, if it's signed in black, please sign in the white because you can see it. But if colors are used, red would be awesome, or blue would be awesome, whatever. But I was really stoked. I kind of had, you know, I had this area all kind of window framed off. I didn't want I didn't want them signing on the face and that kind of business. So I'm really stoked with this one, and I love that Campbell and all those autographs. And it's the Campbell negative edition. You know, again, 9.2, awesome, awesome sauce. Oh, dude, I'm gonna get a 15-minute vid. These next 2 books, let's see, which ones did I show off first? Yeesh, these are my gems right here. I mean, I love all these stuff. I love all this stuff. But these next 2, these were the ones that these are the ones that knocked it out of the park for me. These are the ones that I knew when I submitted them. like they were high grade. These were just high graded books. I was like, oh, there could be. There's always some flaws. There's always something that could miss. But I was so gunning for a 9.8, and bam, Spidey baby, love it, dude. 9.8, convention edition, Amazing Spider-Man 638, white pages. Let's see. Sorry guys. Creamed off white to white on the ants. Yeah, on the Ant-Man's is off white to white. And then we got creamed off white on the X-Men. So, 6-0. But these newer books, white pages, baby. White pages. Love that. I wanted a Stan Lee, and look at that. I mean, look how the black on the white that's, can't beat it, man. That's beautiful, in my opinion. So, love that book. My buddy was stoked. He saw that. He's like, oh, that's an awesome book, man. He almost kept it for himself. he's got the ultimate collection. My buddy's got the ultimate collection of tools. He could fix this. He could fix it, Spicoli. So my buddy was digging that, and he was digging this, my second copy. And this one I was really stoked. Again, I was hoping, I want 9.8s. This one I knew was a high grade copy. When I purchased it, they said, they gave it like a 9.4. So I thought, okay, cool. Hopefully it comes back at least a 9.4 or higher. And I'm hoping for a 9.8, and boom, bam, I get it. Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man #1. Tarantula appearance, white pages. Stan Lee. Love that. The other copy I have is a 9.0, and I got it signed by John Romita and Jerry Conway. So this one, man, 9.8s, I ain't cracking them open. And this one, of course, I can go back and try to get John Romita, Jerry Conway. Ain't happening. Ain't gonna happen. So they're staying the way they are, and I love those. Those are the two big boys out of that collection. With that being said, last CGC, and this one's pretty cool. I really like this one. This is a blue label. One I picked up at a really good price because the condition. Let me just show that. Let me tease it right there. Because the case arrived cracked, the folks took another $20 off. I thought it was already a good price, a very good price for this comic. But there you go, look, Captain America. No more sneaking that one around, huh? Cap 4.5. Man, that's a big one. That's a big one for me right there, too. I was kind of been wanting this one for a while, and the prices on it are just kind of, they're crazy. So to find one and again, I like to get things at a mid-grade or higher, but to find one that's a little lower, you could find some nice books that are 3.0s possibly. As long as books present well, that's kind of my key. I don't want to spend I'm already spending I'm spending quite a bit of money, so I don't want to spend tons of money, and all my books don't need to be 9.8s, obviously, because I'm not extremely wealthy by any means, but yeah, to find a book that presents well, it's a 4.5. The case got cracked, and when it arrived, my buddies, they was like, hey, you want to send it back, we'll give you a refund. I'm like, no, that's what these cases are for. See, if this book arrived and it wasn't encapsulated, who knows what would have happened. I mean, how much cardboard, look at this. If this cardboard, that's some stress traveling, man. Cardboard, if it was just cardboarded and a loose copy, this book would have been less than a 4.5 at that point. It could have been really jacked up. But these cases, that's what this case is supposed to do, protect the book. So I figured I might crack it open anyways for some signatures. So, hey man, you helped me already get started. No worries. And I can spend a few more bones and get it re-encapsulated if I don't want to put any SIGs on it. But I'm in no rush. I mean, that's, again, this case, it's protecting it. So that's what it's all about on these older nice books. So Cap 100, 4.5. Done. I was thinking Stan Lee. I like Stan Lee, so I was thinking Stan Lee. But we'll see. We shall see. Because, yes, unfortunately, Stan is going to be with us forever. And he's just one of the big reasons why I got into comics. Or when I got into comic books, he was one of the larger reasons why I kept going. So, yeah, just happy to own that one again. I don't know if I'll ever upgrade on this one. If I do, I mean, that's just going to be some money if you come across a good deal, but I don't plan on having to get another copy. All right, 15 minutes in. Hopefully I don't have an issue uploading this. If so, my video will be cut short. And all you guys, thanks again for tuning in and checking out. Take care. and have a